Hey, how you guys doing? So as of course, the second episode for the Nijigasaki anime has aired, and now we can finally see the results and how people's opinions shifted after that episode. So of course, this is what the poll is. It's gonna be the same for every episode, so I'm not gonna show you the new one as well. But if you want to vote in the upcoming polls, it's the same as before. Make sure you try to slide that thing on the bottom so you can rate all 11 girls, because I can only show 9 because of that's the way Google Forms work. But here's some references for the girls and whatnot. I'll have that open after the third episode airs on Saturday. So once that opens, please go ahead and vote. So now we've talked about the results for season 1 episode 1, which you can see the results are here. We can go ahead and discuss how these results have changed. So if you look, the last time Ayumu was the winner, Setsuna was pretty close, and you went up a lot. Girls that didn't get a lot of exposure didn't do so well. So let's see how those results have shifted in the accordance to the second episode. So Shioriko still does pretty bad, as well as a lot of girls who didn't get a whole lot of exposure did pretty bad as well. And now we end up getting Katsumi winning and Ayumu doing pretty well, and you just keeps moving up more and more and more all the way in third place. But probably the most surprising result here is Setsuna going all the way back to 7th. So why is that the case? So here is the full results for this, as well as all the placings. If you see yellow, that means they're generally the best in that category, silver being second and bronze being third, and highlighting red means pretty bad. So of course Shioriko still does abysmal here, getting about on average half the people, almost, not quite. We'll give her dead last place, which explains why she's still doing really bad. We haven't even seen her in the anime yet, so that explains why she's doing really poorly here. And then we have Emma still doing pretty bad, not a lot of screen time. Same thing with Shizuku. We'll have to see how those evolve after some time. Kanata's still doing pretty bad, and Setsuna has really dropped in the rankings, and to a lot of people it's because what they saw she did in the anime. So if of course you remember, in the anime she decided to disband the idol group, and there was a lot of internal conflicts between the girls, and that doesn't really go well with a lot of viewers here. And I do understand that sentiment here, but you got to hopefully reserve some judgment and learn why she did it, rather than just say, oh, she did that because, you know, she's just abusing her power. We'll have to see what it is, but many of us already have a good idea of why she did that, as she might have some of her own reasons for that. But for right now, that's all we quote-unquote know for now. So that definitely has really tarnished people's opinions on her. Now, the rest are kind of similar. Ai is still falling backwards here. And we have Rina getting 5th. Again, not a whole lot of exposure time, but a little bit more than others, I guess. Kana moved up a lot, but all she really had was one scene. But I guess that's enough to convince people to skyrocket her up. Yu has been moving up drastically, and now she's actually gotten she got the first most second places, which is very impressive. Ayumi getting 2nd place here, doing very well. She got the 2nd most first place votes, as well as a lot of 3rd place votes. In fact, getting the most here. And now, of course, we have the winner, which is Katsumi Nakasu, who ended up getting the most first place votes with 42, and the least amount of last place votes with 5, which is also shared with I. So, of course, the episode we just watched was really focused here on Kasumi, and people have been extremely swayed by that. The fact that all of her goofy antics and whatnot, as well as her motivation and drive, have really swayed people to rank her up to the best girl for right now. Now, that's been the trend for the last 2 episodes, is girls who get a lot of exposure time does a lot well. Ayumu won the last one because I was focusing on her, as well as a bit of you. But the 3 big girls who got the most exposure time, which would be Katsumi, Ayumu, and Yu, have gotten all the top 3 places. So I guess people are extremely swayed by what the episodes have shown so far. So depending on what we see in the next episode, which looks like to be focusing on Setsuna, I don't know if that's going to drastically change people's opinions. People seem to be really swayed very easily right now. And yes, there's not a whole lot of massive material here, but, you know, they had songs and they already had a lot of content before, guys. But maybe most people don't even remember that, or don't even care, and just are almost solely focusing on the anime right here. So we'll have to see how these will change, and I guess if we're going by trend right now, it's whoever episode's being that focus on a certain girl, they're going to get first, probably. At least that's what it seems like. So I'm assuming these rankings will settle in more later, as every girl will likely eventually get their own episode. So here is just a table that will be tabulating after every girl's results after every episode. So I had the before anime as well as last episode and upcoming episode. So white, if you see a lot of whites, that means it's been kind of stuck in the middle. But if you start seeing like yellow, bronze, or silver, that means they've been doing really good. And a lot of it obviously means bad. So of course, like Shioriko has been getting destroyed right now because you haven't seen her yet. Shizuku just really struggling, falling back, and you just really going up and soaring up very well. Kasumi has moved up a lot here. And then we had Setsuna who got second, and suddenly hasn't, so she's definitely moving in the backwards direction. Emma's not been doing so hot recently. Kanen has went from doing pretty poorly to starting to do pretty well here. Now Yumi's been the top 3 and consistently. We have a moving backward as well, so we'll have to see how this evolves over time, but this is a quick, easy visual way to look to see how these girls are evolving over the episodes. So here, of course, are the demographics of the people who have voted and decided to tell me where they're from and such. So this is just for you guys to see, and if you're wondering what are my major demographics of my viewers, so obviously it's going to be very US based. Here are all the people who wanted to be credited for voting in the poll, so if you want to be credited like them, make sure you vote in the poll and put in your name in the demographics section, or else I won't give you credit because I don't know what to put for your name. And of course, a lot of people gave out comments explaining why they vote for a certain way. So if you're wondering, a lot of people have explained that Setsuna has not done so well in this iteration because of how she behaved in this episode. But there are still a lot of people who love every single girl out there. So thank you guys for commenting, especially the ones who gave some really detailed explanations and why they feel a certain way. And I think it's really cool to see that. So of course, make sure you vote in the next one, which will open up after the release of the episode. It will not be available beforehand, but the link to the poll will be in the description below. Overall, I think this has been pretty interesting to see so far. We still got like 10 plus episodes here potentially to go through just for this season. So we'll have to see how this evolves. I imagine we're going to see probably people will like Setsuna a bit more here. I don't know if Hayumu, Yu, or Kasumi will fall off a bit. I guess I imagine they would because they had their episode already, and I don't even know if it is Setsuna's episode next. I think that's a bit early for her to decide to join the group, but we'll have to see how that goes. Maybe she'll have more than one episode, but overall it's still interesting to see. I definitely can't wait to see more girls here, especially the ones who have been sorely lacking in the love here. We'll have to see what happens to Shizuku and Emma and Kanata. They have been struggling, of course. But honestly, I think that people have been swayed pretty easily so far. So we'll have to see if that continues in the future polls. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. And I hope you guys enjoy this kind of videos. And make sure you vote in the polls, please. I definitely want this to have as many voters as possible. Thank you guys for watching. And I hope to catch you guys in another video soon.